Hi everyone, welcome back and welcome to Miami in Florida, which means that we have officially completed the transatlantic on Virgin's Valiant Lady. Now today is going to be a sad day for a lot of people because today is the day where we leave the ship and most people head home. However, that's not the case for me and it's not the case for you because we have got another ship to get on. Now, first of all, I'm going to show you a little bit of these views in Miami this morning because it is absolutely beautiful. After that, join me downstairs and I'll talk to you about the next ship. But we're going to be leaving Miami behind pretty quickly, heading north to Fort Lauderdale, to Port Everglades, and getting on the next ship up there. So yeah, let me show you around and I'll see you downstairs to talk about the next ship. Welcome to Miami in Florida. I have cruised both in and out of Miami before, and if you'd like to see my other videos, just head over to my channel and you'll find so much on there. This is the first time, however, that I have sailed into Miami at the end of a transatlantic crossing. I just could not get my head around the fact that 2 weeks ago I was in Barcelona in Spain, and now I'm in the cruise ship capital of America. It was such an awesome feeling. Looking down the port today, I could see multiple other ships in, waiting for their passengers. However, I'm not getting on any of them. I need to leave the ship today, jump in a taxi, and head slightly north. Let me tell you more back downstairs in the cabin. Right, back in my little cave down on deck number 12. Now, one thing that we need to talk about is the Virgin Voyages bar tab, and I might as well make progress while we discuss this. Now, the bar tabs on Virgin, you don't get drinks packages on here, but what you do get is what they call a bar tab. Now, you can either pay to add your own bar tab to your cruise before you come on the ship, or you can do what I do, which is book at a very clever time when the bar tab is enormous. So for my 14-night cruise, I had a $700 bar tab to get through, which obviously I got nowhere near. I'm just going to protect this before I shatter the cork off the TV. But it got to last night and I thought, right, I've still got $300. Oh, wow. That opened. That is the quickest bottle of champagne to open that I have. I literally only just touched that. But yes, cheers. So I thought, what am I going to actually order to get through my bar tab? And the options were, to be honest, go and buy everyone else drinks at a bar, or just treat myself. Now, believe it or not, I've managed to buy a bottle of champagne delivered to the room. Plus, when I went to the bar last night, I was just basically saying to people, are you paying for that? If so, I've got bar tab, can I buy it for you? So, I've been the good Samaritan, and I'm actually starting Disembarking today with a glass of champagne, which is excellent. So, yes, this guy is going to be enjoyed as soon as I'm finished talking to you, because I refuse to sit and guzzle it while on camera. But look, the plan for today. So first up, I've got a bit of a task here, and then we're going to head off the ship and head up to Fort Lauderdale cruise port. Now up there, my next cruise ship is waiting, which is Holland America's Rotterdam. Now I've never cruised Holland America before, which means I've obviously never been on Rotterdam. I deliberately haven't done my homework for this ship because I'm on it for quite a long time. So I don't really see the need to do a lot of research when you're boarding a ship for longer than a week because you've got plenty of time to get comfy. Now I'm going to be on that ship for 21 nights. First up, a 12-night cruise, and secondly, a 9-night cruise. So I'll tell you about both of those cruises on that ship when we get on board. But today, yeah, I always have a little bit of last day anxiety, especially when I know that I'm ship hopping like this just because I'm now on a deadline. So the time now, it's just gone 9 AM. My suitcase is here ready to go. So I'm going to just relax here for 5 minutes, have a glass of champagne to see this cruise off, and yeah, then head off and get through the terminal. Now, I probably won't film much as I'm getting off the ship because I've currently got my full luggage situation there. So that would usually be checked in, but I didn't do that today because I just didn't want any potential delays. So for me to balance those suitcases, my backpack, my passport, a camera, like it'll be a nightmare. So yeah, I might not speak to you again until we get on to Rotterdam. But look, from here on Valiant Lady in Miami, cheers, and I can't believe I'm saying it, but good morning. One thing that I was really impressed with on disembarkation morning was the late availability of dining options on a Virgin cruise. I've been on so many ships where they want you off first thing, but you could be eating on here right up until about 10 o'clock in the morning, so no need for a mega early rise. It was then time for me to head down that now infamous gangway and head in to this gorgeous Virgin Terminal building. Now, I've told you before, but when you're on a Virgin cruise, you charge everything to your room using a digital bracelet. If you'd like to recycle that, you can always pop that in the box, which you'll find at the end of the gangway on your final morning. Outside the terminal, everything seemed absolutely effortless. There was no build-up of people. This terminal is just so well designed. And when I clicked onto my Uber app, lo and behold, I got what felt like a brand new Mercedes to take me up to Holland America, so I had a feeling today was going to be a pretty good day. Waving goodbye to Valiant Lady, it was now time to arrive at my next cruise port. Up here in Port Everglades, it was very different to what I left down in Miami, which really surprised me considering the fact they're not really that far apart. Outside the building there was a bit of a queue, which was annoying because it was boiling, but once inside and in the lovely air-conditioned terminal building, everything moved perfectly. Up first I had to show all of my booking documents along with my passport, and then I was issued with my boarding pass, which I would then need at the next stage of the process after security, which was the formal check-in hall. Here, all I needed to show was my passport and my boarding pass that I was given a few minutes ago, and then I was able to breeze through to the waiting area to board the ship. It was really straightforward to board with Holland America. I was allocated Group 10, but when I arrived they were already calling Group 1, 2, 3 and so on, so before I knew it, it was time to head up the gangway. I was so excited because this was the first time I would ever experience Holland America Line. Welcome to what I genuinely think is the nicest inside cabin that I've ever stayed in on a cruise ship. I can't wait, oh, honestly, I can't wait to even just go to bed tonight because even the bedding in here looks lovely. I'm in my element. Now, yeah, just before we sit down and I talk you through the plan for the rest of today, including sailaway, I should admit that, yeah, I went against all my own advice today and went to the buffet, which, good grief, it was a nightmare. A lot of cruise ship buffets I'm fine with on embarkation day, but that up there was a demonstration on why you shouldn't do it because it was so busy. You couldn't sit down, you then couldn't get a knife and fork, you then couldn't find water. Oh, I'm a bit stressed if I'm being perfectly honest with you. So look, let me flip the camera, show you this room. There's two things in this room that I can't believe. I can't believe. There's no way they're meant to be here. But look, let me flip the camera, show you the room, and then sit down and breathe and talk to you about the plan for the rest of today. As you know, I always try and show you a cabin as soon as I arrive into it before I mess it all up. But yeah, this cabin is beautiful. As I say, there's two things that I want to highlight that can't possibly be intended to be here, but we'll get to that. Now, yeah, really quick, in a nutshell, room tour. If you want to see this in more detail, then head over to my channel and you'll see it on there. But the bed, I mean, that bed looks glorious. After spending 14 nights in a solo insider on Valiant Lady, I cannot wait to get in there. It looks so good. There's more cushions on that than I know what to do with. Over there you've got the TV, which is good because it's right at the foot of the bed, which I love. Haven't checked out the entertainment on there yet, but I'm hoping for a premium cruise line it should be quite good. On the bed here, we've got a little bag, so yeah, it must be celebrating Holland America being 150. And then on here, you've got, what is this? Oh, this is nice. So this is just what you can get your cabin steward to do. So how would you like your bed made? How can we make you more comfortable? Oh, I will be ordering a bathrobe. Great. Anything else? Ah, that's a nice way of doing it. I've never seen the request form just sitting on the bed like that. Like that. Anyway, over here you've then got your desk and your mirror. Now, two things that I think are, well, one thing that I'm confused about is this here. So this is, what, diamond strength, diamond shine base and top coat. I don't know why this is in my cabin. I'm assuming this is maintenance that have left this here. And I bet that we're trying to repair a chair. Because look at that chair. There's no way this belongs in a premium cruise ship cabin. Let me move my backpack out the way. But this, good grief, is that not the scabbiest chair that you've ever seen in a cruise ship cabin? That is awful. I'm going to ask about that because I'm planning to do a good bit of work on here. And there's no way. Maybe that is the chair that's meant to be here. I refuse to believe it is. I used to have these in school. Maybe it is, but not what I expected from Holland America. Anyway, let me spin around and get back on the topic of premium. Over here, we have got glasses, which is nice. Don't know what else I'm going to store in. Actually, oh my goodness, I'm going to put all my cards in here. So if you've seen a couple of my room tours, before I started travelling this year, a lot of people like wrote cards and stuff for me when I left work and when I left my friends and stuff. So, oh, that's going to be so nice to have them all in there. So yeah, that'll be in there. I'll show you that later. Then you've got some drinks. These aren't included, which is, yeah, as to be expected. Down here, you've got more storage. I think that's just cupboards, yep. This opens up, which is so handy. They've thought of a lot with this cabin, even little things like there, somewhere to put paper. Like, I really respect that. As I say, I'll walk you through each of these if you come over and look at my room tour rather than take up your time now. A couple of hooks going in here. Wait till you see the bathroom. Oh, look at this. This is like a hotel. Yeah, I'm very impressed. Very impressed, and I know already I'm going to be really happy in here. Yeah, big fan of this room. This room, I think if I was to compare this to my inside cabin on Cunard, minus the abysmal chair, this is way nicer than what I had on Cunard. So yeah, look, let me sit down, grab my coffee, and talk to you from the chair about the plan for the rest of today. So hopefully you can see from that mega quick fly around that this is going to be a beautiful little base for me for the next 21 nights. I'm so delighted for such a long trip to have such a gorgeous cabin. Everything about it is just so nice. Even the pillows. Oh, I can't wait to go to bed tonight in case you can't already tell. Now, anyway, let's just pick up on the chair saga before we drop that topic. When we finished that last quick fly around the room, I heard someone outside and it happened to be my cabin steward. So I opened the door and said, hey, really quick one, should this chair be here? Because it doesn't really fit with the room. Like, it's fine if it is, but I get the feeling it's not. And he said, oh no, that's not the right chair. I don't know how that got in there. Don't know what's happening. But yeah, I don't know how that chair got in there. Let me go and get you the correct chair. So I'll update you on the chair saga later in this episode, but all is not what it may seem on the front the front of chairs. So who knows? Bear with me, this stuff always happens to me. Now, anyway, two things that I wanted to pick back up with you guys in here before we head up for Sailaway. Number one was the package that I've got on this cruise for the next 21 nights. And number two was what we're actually going to be doing next. So, first up, the package. Now, I have got what Holland America call Have It All as part of my booking. So, when I booked this, my travel agent gave me the option of booking cruise only or booking with Have It All. So, I opted for this. And I think, to be honest, from a value for money point of view, it's pretty good. I quite enjoy a package with a cruise if it means that you don't need to think about money when you're on board. So this includes 4 different categories. Now, first up, oh, my phone flashed there. I hope that's not about to ring. That's that's going to be the next thing. This phone, okay, it's not ringing, so let's keep going. Number 1 is shore excursions. So on this cruise, I get $300 to spend on shore excursions. Number 2 is Wi-Fi, so I have unlimited Wi-Fi but only the surf Wi-Fi, but I've upgraded that, and for 21 nights, it only cost me $85 to upgrade, which, from what I can see right now, the speed seems really, really good. Touch wood, because guaranteed now that I've said that, it'll plunge into nothing as soon as we leave port. But yeah, so that's short excursions, Wi-Fi, speciality dining. I get 3 meals in a speciality restaurant, and then the final thing is the drinks package. So the way the drinks package works on here, I can get up to 15 drinks a day, up to the value of $11. So I haven't made it to a bar yet to see what that equates to. To be honest, 15 drinks will be more than enough, because this cruise for me is all about relaxing, chilling out, exercising, so that when I get off the ship, I'm feeling like on Virgin I didn't do a great deal of exercise, so I need to just feel better. Sounds like I'm not feeling good, but I just need to feel a bit kind of reset and recharged when I get off of here. So I will not be drinking any more than 15 drinks a day, so that's absolutely fine. So yeah, I've got Have It All. I guess stay tuned and I'll let you know as this cruise develops if I would recommend putting this on your booking. At the moment it's far too early to tell, because all I've got for my money is a coffee. Which, yeah, so we're not going to do any evaluation on Have It All yet. And the last thing to talk about before we head upstairs was the daily schedule. So I'm delighted to report that Holland America have the daily schedule on paper. Now, I mean, some people will probably facepalm with me saying that I'm delighted it's on paper. It feels like good paper, maybe as recyclable paper actually, but yeah, I much prefer a paper daily schedule to the mobile app. Now, you can go on the mobile app and you can look on there at what's on. I just prefer this, so that when I go to bed tonight, I will use this pen that they have conveniently provided on the table, and I'll just highlight everything that I want to do tomorrow on the ship. Now, the way this works, now on the front, you've got your to-do list. So it says on the front, today's to-do list, and then it works through everything that you have to do today on board. For example, muster drill, for example, download the app, so on and so forth. You then go inside and you've got all the activities that are on today, so you can pause the video now and have a little look at them if you are interested. And then finally, you've got your dining, your drinks, and your services information on the back page there. So fairly typical with what I've seen from daily schedules on other cruise lines, but what I would say, there's not a huge amount on here today. Now, that might be, I mean, I've never cruised Holland America before, so I'm not sure. What I am seeing straight away, though, is the font is quite big and it looks quite light, so let's wait and see. I'm intrigued to see how early this ship dies at night. I think it might be a go-to-bed early type ship, which, to be honest, wouldn't do me any harm after 2 weeks on Virgin. So, yeah, I'll talk to you about the plan for tonight after we sail out of port, because the weather outside today is absolutely beautiful. So I'm really keen to get up and enjoy a little bit of that sunshine before we sail out. But docked with us today, we've got some other beautiful cruise ships. So let's go upstairs now with my coffee, watch us sailing out of Port Everglades here in Florida, and I'll catch up with you again when we come back to the cabin before dinner. sailaway done. Now, that's the first time that I've ever cruised out of Fort Lauderdale before. And do you know what? It's beautiful. The only other time I've been here is when I docked on Queen Elizabeth a few months ago. And yeah, it's such a beautiful port. I had no idea the level of wealth around here because when I got off Queen Elizabeth last time, I wasn't awake when the ship sailed in, so I just woke up and we were at the terminal, so I had to get off and leave to go down to Miami. Now today, when you cruise out, you go past the most amazing houses and yeah, really, really impressive. And the amount of yachts that were following us out, yes, if any of you own a yacht, by the way, let me know because I want on board. Now, anyway, that was absolutely brilliant. Now, let's talk about this cruise and then let's talk about the plan for tonight. Now, first of all, this cruise is one that I think is going to be absolutely remarkable. Now, the cruise that I'm on is a 12-night cruise followed by a 9-night cruise, and I'll stay on the ship for both of them. Now, both cruises are slightly different. Now, the first one is the Panama Canal, which, I can't wait to see the Panama Canal again. The thing that I am so excited about with this one is it's a slightly different experience of the Panama Canal to what I saw a few months ago. Because last time I transited all the way through the canal from the Pacific to the Atlantic side. And if you're interested in checking that out, then just head over and search for my Cunard Queen Elizabeth vlogs, because that was absolutely remarkable to do that. Now, this cruise is a little bit different because you enter from the Atlantic side, you go into Gatun Lake, which I think is through one set of locks. You cruise around the lake and then you come back out again. So very, very different experience this time. And then after that, I think we stop in Jamaica before coming back up to Fort Lauderdale. So really, really looking forward to that. Now, we've got a few more ports on the way down, which, yeah, we'll cover it in due course. But that covers the first cruise. The second cruise is the 9-nighter. Now, that was meant to be the ABCs, so Aruba, Bonaire and Curacao. And I am devastated to find out that we're not going to Bonaire anymore. Now, that itinerary change did come through a while ago, but because I've been on so many ships, when itinerary changes come through for ships, I don't really look at them, to be honest with you, because I know I'll be on the ship anyway. And yeah, it's not going to make me cancel a trip unless, for example, we didn't do the Panama Canal on this one. So instead of going to Bonaire, we have got an overnight call in Aruba, which should be really interesting actually, because Aruba looked gorgeous when I was there a few months ago again on Queen Elizabeth. So really looking forward to seeing what maybe the nightlife looks like in Aruba. It was probably the safest place that I've ever felt in the Caribbean world. So yeah, I think I'll definitely head off the ship at night and see what that's like. But look, in terms of how this vlog series is going to work, I still need to figure it out, because the benefit of a 21-night cruise is that you've got loads of ship time, but what I don't want to do is what I actually did with MSC World Europa, is create loads and loads and loads of episodes to the point where there's like 18 episodes from this one ship. So don't worry, I'm not going to flood the universe with episodes from this cruise. Now, plan for tonight, back to the old daily schedule. To be honest with you, I'm going to have quite a low-key night tonight because I'm actually really tired. That probably says it all that I drank the best part of half a bottle of champagne this morning. That's probably why I'm exhausted. But yeah, I think after the transatlantic on Virgin, it was quite late nights every night. This bed looks amazing. I wish I could turn the camera and show you the chaos that's over here right now. In fact, do you know what? I can. Look, I'm halfway through unpacking right now, and the room just needs to get sorted. So, yes, not ideal. So I'm going to have an early night, come back after the show and sort this out. But in terms of what I am doing, first up, I'm going to go for the welcome on board steak dinner up at the Lido, so that is just up at the buffet. And then secondly, I'm going to go to the origin story, which is the main show tonight. So that's a look at Holland America's 150-year history. So I think that could be really interesting. It'll also be my first exposure to a Holland America show. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what that looks like, because I just have no idea what to expect. I've deliberately starved myself of Holland America content on YouTube because I didn't want to ruin the surprise. Because this is, and I will talk to you about costs in another video, but this is my most expensive cruise of my entire year, so I didn't really want to ruin it by doing loads of research and watching everything before coming onto the ship. I wanted some of it to still be quite fresh. But anyway, look, I'm going to head up, grab dinner and go to the show and then tackle this absolute monstrosity over here. So look, this is the last time that you'll see me on camera tonight, because I'll definitely be tackling this with a glass of wine or two. But wherever you are watching this from, I really hope you've enjoyed seeing leaving Valiant Lady, boarding Holland America's Rotterdam up in Port Everglades. If you have, it'd be brilliant if you could jump down below and give the video a thumbs up. And while you're there, I would love to take you on all my ships for the rest of the year and beyond. All you have to do if you want to join me is click that subscribe button. But look, enough from me here, let's go and have dinner. It's time to leave the cabin, to head upstairs to experience, first of all, dinner, and then the nightlife on board a Holland America cruise ship for the first time. The buffet operates on here much more like an artisan food market, which is really great to see because I thought it would be way more traditional. In here, every buffet counter has a different brand directly above, and that remains consistent throughout the whole cruise. This felt actually much more like a Virgin Voyages buffet style concept than I expected. Dinner tonight was the welcome on board steak dinner, which I then followed with like a chocolate cheesecake. Now this food didn't photograph very well, but do remember it was from the buffet. So I'll show you the restaurants and all of that sort of stuff later in this series. After that, it was time to head downstairs to sample the nightlife. Holland America has got some amazing music venues which I'll take you in and show you before bed, but up first it was the origin story, which was down in the main theatre, down on decks 2 and 3 of the ship. This theatre, we need to talk about it. It was amazing. I genuinely think this is one of my favourite theatre venues I've ever seen on any cruise ship. It was so digital, so immersive, it was great with all these massive digital screens wrapping around the entire venue. Again, I'll show you more over my next couple of videos. I'm going to finish this video by taking you into the Blues Club, which is one of the main nightlife venues on board, and I'll let you listen to some of the music. But all I need to say now is thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, remember to give it your thumbs up, click subscribe, and I really look forward to seeing you in my next video.
I didn't know just what was coming with me till your kiss helped me make it. Oh, yeah. I don't know the time.
If you enjoyed this video today, did you know that you can become a member of my YouTube channel for an exclusive behind the scenes look at some of the ships that I'm travelling on? If you're over on Patreon, then I would love to see you over there. All you have to do to join me on that community is just search www.patreon.com/Fraser@Sea. Both my YouTube memberships and my Patreon site lead directly to me getting on more cruise ships, and both offer a completely behind the scenes look at what's going on.